Hey Jeff, this is Justin. I wanted to show you a replay as you asked for the crude oil today. Sorry for the delay. I was out of power. Let me fast forward this a little bit, and I'll pause it when there's something that we need to kind of watch. But I've got this on 10 times speed right now, and we'll just kind of go through the day, and I'll point out some of the major structures that you want to kind of watch for to make it helpful. Okay, I get it up to 20 times right now just to kind of see. We're kind of waiting on the first structure. Now I've got it on 50 times just to show you. So that's a level 1 buying bar. It shows that buyers are kind of in control a little bit, but it's minor. It's not something you want to really pay attention to. Okay, so here's our first major structure, this what we call a level 2 selling bar. That's the first thing we really want to pay attention to. And basically what we're looking for when we get a level 2 bar is our first expectation, if it's a selling bar, is that the high is going to hold. So we're looking for that to be resistance. But we also want to see, can we get a full bar or a few full bars either below this or above it, because that's going to give us a pretty good clue to the short-term direction of the market. So just something that we're going to want to look for in that situation. So I've got this on 10 times now. Now we'll just kind of wait and see what happens. Okay, so we're starting to follow through lower. So our expectation at this point, what you're thinking is, and now we got a full bar below. So our expectation is that the market's going to want to head lower at this point. Now in terms of taking a trade off of that, you can take a trade off of the level 2 bar by just kind of looking to get short there toward the low of that bar is not a bad idea. But the big thing with that level 2 bar is this just helping you determine, that's the first major structure. That's the first time we've seen either very aggressive buyers or very aggressive sellers. And we had follow through below the bar. So our expectation short term is for more down. Okay. So, and like I said, we just want to kind of watch and see what happens here. So again, so far, we're 40 minutes into the session. Only one major structure to this point. Okay, now here's our second major structure. And this is what we call a level 3 selling bar. So even stronger than this one here. Same thing we want to be looking for, but even more so. Our first expectation, and this is actually a trade that you can take if you like the direction, and you can see at this point our filter has turned red, which is bearish. We want to see, can the high of this bar hold? In fact, there's a trade we call a level 3 retracement trade, where when a level 3 selling bar comes in, we're just going to place an order. If you want, you want to make sure you be able to put this in context. But if you like the short side, a good place to get short is toward the high of a level 3 selling bar. Okay, so just wanted to point that out. That's what we call, again, our level 3 retracement trade. So let's get this going again. But again, now you're seeing we're pretty well have a full bar below the low of this level 3 bar. So again, our expectation, until we see major buying come into the market, our expectation is that sellers are in control. And we want to see what the high of this bar, will the high of this bar hold? So that's kind of our guidepost at this point, our roadmap. Will the high of that level 3 bar hold? So I'll speed this up slightly. But again, at this point, we've gotten structure that's saying that bears are pretty well in control. Our filter is red. That's the only structure we've got to this point. Okay, now there is a level 2 buying bar, but again, it's kind of inside this level 3 selling bar. So the key structure we're watching is the high of this level 3 selling bar. You can see, trading crude, if you just take a quick scalp off the high of these level 3 selling bars or the low of the level 3 buying bars, you're going to do pretty well, generally speaking. I don't know if you're looking to take bigger moves or if you're trying to kind of scalp, but just trading the level 3 retracement trades, like I was saying, um, you're going to make money. So just keep it rolling here. But again, until the high of that level 3 selling bar has a full bar above it, we have to assume sellers are pretty well in control of this market, and you would not want to be on the long side. You definitely would want to be on the short side. So again, these triangles and things are called deceleration, and that's just telling us that the market's likely to short-term have a turning point at that point. I wouldn't want you to trade every single one of those decelerations. There's not enough of an edge there. But if you can wait until you see that there is context and you have other factors like maybe a support resistance zone and so forth, then they definitely add to your edge. So again, at this point, the market's kind of okay. There is a potential structure coming in here. You can see another level 3 selling bar showing here. So again, points from earlier, the first major structure was this level 2 bar. You can see we had the full bar below. Our expectation is for more down. Then we have this level 3 bar, full bar below. Expectation is for more down, and we want to see if the high of this can hold, and that's that's that idea of that level 3 retracement trade. So same thing here. We want to see if this bar, at this point, if I'm you, I'm probably putting an order to sell somewhere in here. Okay, that's just my thinking, because our filter is red. It's a level 3 bar. So just want to show you what I would be looking at. Okay, more selling. Another level 3 bar. Again, we've seen nothing from the beginning. The major structures have shown that the bears are in control. So that's kind of what we're looking for at this point. Okay, so level 2 selling bar. But again, at this point, we're just seeing that the bears are in control of the market at this part of the day. Every time, and also another thing that's interesting is every time we have any kind of major buying, you can see we had an attempt at a buy here. You know what? Let me pause this and I'll show that. Just trying to give you some structure that we teach and that I look at. Here, I know it's hard to see potentially, but that's a level 2 buying bar right away. So we had an attempt by buyers, price at auction low enough that buyers stepped in. Do we even have a full bar above that bar? No. That's another sign. Bears are in control. Okay, here's a level 3 buying bar. Again, as a reaction to that extreme sell-off right there, can the buyers step in at low enough prices? Do we even have a full bar above? No, it decelerates and rejects right away. I mean, it's just telling you that at this point, bears are in firm control of this market. Now we have another level 2 buying bar, and so again, we want to see, can we get anything above this bar, or does it get rejected? That's again just short term telling us kind of what's going on. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. So, and you can see, at this point, we haven't been able to get above that level 2 buying bar. The market's making a little bit of an effort, but we'll just see what happens. You can see here that also we've got these zones that have come in, and this is a yellow zone saying caution, don't really want to use that as support. It's telling us there's a lot of weight on the market. And again, you can see, we pierce right through that with a level 3 selling bar again. So at this point, you've got a situation where you've got a red zone in here, a red filter here. Looking to get short in here certainly makes pretty good sense. Whether that works or not, we'll have to wait and see, but that's kind of a pretty good idea for a trade. Okay. So I'd be thinking about getting short somewhere right in there. As well as, obviously, to be honest with you, I'm probably still short from earlier because there was some really great clues early in the day that sellers were in control of this market. Okay, there's another zone in here. So same idea, where you've got a red zone, a red filter. Bears are clearly in control of this market. Potential place to be getting short somewhere in this area. Whether you're going for quick scalps, you can do that okay, or if you're going for a little bit bigger moves, this is an area that if you're probably thinking about getting short. Okay, so we have an attempt there by some buyers, but it got rejected pretty quickly. We're still red in that zone. Our filter's still red. So let's see what happens. Okay, we're starting to sell off. So again, you can see whenever we get selling bars to this point so far in the day, we're having follow through. Bears are in control. Whenever we have a big buying bar, it's typically getting rejected. Okay, so it's just telling us which side of the market to stay on, basically. Keep you out of trouble. So we're just chugging along here. Bears are still in control of this market. But it's getting a little choppy here in midday, but that's okay. We'll just wait for major clues. We'll wait for any level 2, level 3 bars, and that'll be kind of what we'll look to read. And at this point, you can see our filter still, it's saying that the bears are in control. If something changes, the filter is going to let us know. So we're kind of in the lunchtime doldrums. But you can see we've tested this resistance zone a few times. We haven't even been able to get down to the support. So okay, now let's have a look at this. This is our first sign that bulls might be coming back into the market. Let me point a few things out. Our first sign, again, this buying bar and this selling bar. At this point, you can see we've finally got some action above it. Okay, you can see that our filter is now neutral. This resistance is now support. So things are changing. Okay, the software's telling us things are changing. It doesn't mean necessarily it's going to go to the moon. It's just telling us, okay, bears are not as in control of this market as they were earlier, when they were just clearly in control at every step. Okay, so something to watch. It's, again, a few clues. The filter's changing. This is changing. We're back above this level 3 selling bar over here. So, you know, a few things that we're watching. Hopefully that makes sense. Again, with these level 1 buying and selling bars, they're information. You don't want to put too much stock in them. They're just telling you, okay, bulls are a little more in control on that bar, or bears are a little more in control on that bar. It's really the level 2 and level 3 bars that we want to watch. Okay, here's something to watch. This is our this is an important bar that we want to watch here. You can see we have a level 3 buying bar. So you can see already we've got clues that bears are at least no longer, we don't know the bulls are in control, but we know bears are at least not in control as much as they were. So we want to watch, okay, does the low of this bar hold? That's kind of our expectation. That's what we're thinking. And can we get some action above the high of that bar? Okay, so let's watch that. Okay, so we're testing the low of this bar. Will it hold? Okay, we're getting some buying. Okay, now we've had a full bar above the high of that level 3 buying bar. You can see our filter is now green. Basically, it's saying bulls are in control, are in control of this market. You can see our filter just turned dark green down here at the low. It's telling us, okay, bears are no longer in control. Now it's the bulls. Bulls are in control. So just kind of wait and see what happens. But our thinking is, again, bulls are in control, with the idea being if you can get long toward the low of this bar, it's a good setup. But regardless, however you want to look at it, or you just want to wait for decelerations, it's telling us bulls are in control, don't want to be on the short side, and look for ways to get long. Okay. Hopefully this is making sense. I mean, the whole idea is this is not, you know, the holy grail. It's not magic, but what it's doing is it's going to increase your edge. I mean, Jeff, it's just gonna, you know, if you're whatever way you trade, this is giving you good information. It's telling you in real time basically which side's you know, in control of the market. If you can, I mean, just think about that. If you can stay on the right side of the market, you avoid more losers and you get into more winners. So okay, here we go. You can see another level 3 buying bar. Oh, I need to point something out here. This right here, this little blue box, is what we call a high velocity move. You can also see we had another one over here. And it works basically the same as a level 3 bar. Our expectation is that it's showing us that it's a very strong buying move. Our expectation is that the low of that's going to hold. So again, you can see that things have changed. Our filter is now dark green. We've got a high velocity move. So this is the same thing. It's called a high velocity move retracement trade. You're looking to get long toward the low of this high velocity move. And there's a million other ways you can use the software to get in and out of trades. I'm just telling you some of my favorites. Okay, but that's the idea. We know bulls are in control. Things have changed. Bears are no longer in control. We've got really good structure. We want to figure out a way to get long. So that's a good way toward the low of this high velocity move. Hopefully that makes sense. And I mean, in crude oil, you can have such huge moves with just, or such, you know, money with just little moves. So I mean, you can probably figure out ways to just take little scalps depending on your style. Okay, now okay, let me pause this. I want to show you a couple things. This is actually kind of a perfect trade, to be honest with you, right here. This is what we call just a perfect confluence trade. By that I mean we've got, again, bulls in firm control of the market. We've got the low of a high velocity move, which we know is going to be support. We've got a green zone. It's just, that's kind of all systems go. You're looking to get long. I hope this makes sense. That's kind of the ideal there. So obviously, this red zone would be a potential target if you did get long, kind of in that perfect confluence setup. But we know bulls are still in control. Okay, another level 3 buying bar. Quick acceptance above. At this point, again, let me pause this. I know we're closing in on the end of the day here, but what I would be thinking in this situation is, same idea here. We just had a breakout with a level 3 bar. Bulls are clearly in control. We've got a green zone. So green zone combined with the idea of getting long at the low of a level 3 buying bar. If you're not already long, probably looking to get long somewhere in there. Although I know it's getting toward the end of the day here. Okay, so we're at the end of the day. Hopefully you got something out of that. Again, the key things. This is a pretty good day to look at because it really did what this software is intended to do. In terms of helping you stay on the right side of the market. If you can stay on the right side of the market, you have time on your side, and you're going to be able to get into more successful trades. Again, earlier we had that level 2 bar and then these level 3 bars. It's just telling us at this point that sellers are in control. Things changed. Buyers gained control. Kind of a perfect confluence idea. A lot of other ways to get on board as well. But so hopefully that helps, Jeff. And let me know any other questions that you might have. Talk with you soon.